Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to Tales of Terramir, an original homebrew Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We're back from our hiatus, and you can catch all of our previous episodes at talesofterramir.com. There, you'll also find a link to our Discord server where I post written recaps of each session, so you can always catch up with the story. And with that, we're going to dive right back into our adventures in Tales of Terramir. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I was hoping for a countdown into that. After recap. We should talk about a recap for a previous session. After speaking with Rithsaryxvaer, the Emerald Dragon, within the Temple of Eternal Darkness, the party decided to return to the caverns to communicate with Kalador about a negotiation. Thaddeus cast Sending to speak with his wizard employer. After exchanging a few details, Kalador decided to teleport to the party and speak with the dragon himself alongside them. Gemma explained Rithsaryxvaer's desire to be left alone within her realm, away from the deep mining operations of Khel Kuldir. In exchange, the dragon agreed to release her Emerald Dragon Mine Shard to Kalador. Standing before the Emerald Dragon once more, Kalador introduced himself and bowed before her. Rith told him her proposal for peace, but the wizard requested the Psychic Shard be handed over first before he could agree. As a sign of trust, the shard floated toward Kalador, who seemed to hungrily take it into his possession. He then told Thaddeus, now. The warlock then fired a powerful eldritch blast toward Rithsaryxvaer, a critical hit, but one that was quickly dissolved by a counterspell cast by Gemma. Kalador then spoke a quick magical incantation and moved away from the dragon. Though the attack was thwarted, the sign of aggression was enough to spread a feral anger across the Emerald Dragon. Through a series of ups and downs, twists and turns, the Soul Survivors continuously attempted to convince Rith they meant her no harm. Meanwhile, Kalador managed to escape with the Emerald Shard, casting Mislead to appear as an illusion while his real self was invisible. And Thaddeus used his Misty Escape. Together they met in the caverns and teleported away. Anton, Willa, and Gemma reiterated their intent to make things right. Rith agreed to cease her attacks if they convinced the dwarves to cease their mining near her lair, warning them it was their final chance. If the dwarves refused, Rithsaryxvaer swore to destroy Khel Kuldir, like a troublesome hornet's nest or an anthill. And that brings us back to where we left off. As you're going up the steps, leaving this throne room from which Rithsaryxvaer has just sat upon her stair, she raises her head once more and says, before you go, you should know there's a section of the wall down the hallway that's illusory. Might be quicker than traveling back the way you came. But be warned, the temple's magic is quite aggressive there. She lowers her head and lets you explore as you wish.
Well, what do you guys suppose we do? I'm not sure, guys. Anybody have any strong feelings one way or the other?
Kind of. Like, what the hell was that? What just happened? With Kalador and Thaddeus is his name. because it hasn't been a
Good
month.
job.
Oh yeah, that guy.
It's been a little bit.
What the
We
hell
should
was
ask
that?
Aloysius what he wants to do.
He's got like a leg. He's chewing on a femur. Is he small again? He's back to regular size.
Yes.
Tentatively pick him up. Look around. And I put him back in the bag.
Yeah. Looked like you were checking to see what gender he was.
No, it's a male plane. it's a male plane. How can you tell? Yeah, kind of. Can we even trust Kalador?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't trust him after what he did. He was supposed to be on our side. He told Rith that he was going to talk with her, but then immediately changed his mind.
Even after he got what he wanted?
Right.
Maybe he was trying to force us to kill it. Have we made that much of a name for ourselves that are we like dragon slayers or I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think they think we're capable of being dragon slayers, but I don't know if they think we're, capable emotionally.
Like we're just mercenaries, or that we're not mercenary enough?
Yeah, I think they know that we're strong, but I don't think I'm not sure if they think we're ruthless. Or maybe they think we're ruthless and they don't know that we're not.
I think with our time together, I've just known us to do what we have to do and try to do what's right.
I think we all know what's right. Does anyone disagree with Willa? Because I don't.
With what?
With the path she wants to take.
I agree. I forgot what it was. I'm sorry. I just said I agree, and I forgot. But if it's coming from Willa, it sounds right. So.
But
do you want to reiterate what you
were talking about? The dragon.
Right. We shouldn't kill the dragon. This is her home, and Kalador was being tricky about everything, and even turned what's his face on us. So
I don't think Thaddeus is that bad of a guy. Thaddeus has got such a forgetful face and name, and I don't think he's that bad of a guy. Just I don't know. Maybe he is more willing. Maybe he was just doing his job. That's the impression I got in and out of game.
I still don't trust him. And
yeah,
it's not racist.
I was about to say a lot of anti-tiefling stuff going around in the Empire. It's fine. It's fine if you have to grow out of it. I understand. No, I agree with Willa. And we gave her our word. We gave Rith our word.
Yeah.
right. And
Did he mention something about? I'm starting to remember now about him mentioning something about the dwarves too. You think they'll be as amicable to this solution, or?
Well, she's capable of destroying the village, so I don't think we have any other options. She'll destroy the entire city.
I think if they were to get rid of her themselves, they would have done it already.
Yeah. And how much more do they need to mine where they can't just leave her territory cordoned off for her? I mean, that's just pure greed.
And this is me totally not being racist, but I'm under the impression that they really want the treasure in this dungeon. Something tells me that they'll be compelled to take it. So,
compelled at their own peril.
Is Kalador in charge though? I mean, it's his mine. So, if we can convince Kalador, will we be able to convince the dwarves?
Do you think it really is entirely his mind? I mean, would the dwarves hand over control of this entirely to someone who's not a dwarf?
Holy cow. I brought that up and everyone seemed really cool with that idea. And I was like, okay, I guess if that's reasonable to you guys. Not to say I told you so or anything. I'll just throw that out there. It was like, that is weird, isn't it? But he said he bought the mine, right? He's the one that's in control of their economy, essentially, now. An elf. Half elf, sorry. Half elf, sorry.
Half.
Do we know who's in charge among the elves? I mean, among the dwarfs? I don't think we've ever really established the politics of Khel Kuldir.
I don't think we...
Also, what does established
either?
You
it means really... to, like, set the facts right, get the facts and understand the situation.
That's what I thought it meant.
I'm very proud of you, Anton. Your vocabulary is growing every day.
Thanks. I just need the confidence now to deploy it. Also, what does deploy mean? No. So maybe we should go. Maybe we should go to figure out who's in charge at Khel Kuldir and see who's really capable of making the decision about the mine. I mean, maybe someone can overrule him.
I'm not in any rush to go see Kalador.
Listen to reason.
Should we just go ahead and walk around and try to find out first before we visit Kalador? I mean, as soon as we leave here, he's going to be watching us.
Yeah. Oh, you mean he's going to send spies? I mean, I'm talking about walking around the city and finding out.
Oh, no, I know. I'm saying that, I mean, he's capable of seeing us or watching us from far away, except it's good that we're having this conversation here because as far as I understand, his powers can't penetrate the barriers of this dungeon. But as soon as we leave...
Faraday cage.
Yeah. What was that?
It's a Faraday cage.
It's a Faraday cage. What's a Faraday? Okay, my turn. What's a Faraday cage? Does anyone know in this world? Yeah.
Stop signals from getting through.
You having a seizure?
even if he's watching us, he can't stop us from exploring the politics of Khel Kuldir, right? So why don't we just seek this information?
Okay. There's got to be a mayor's house or governor's house or something around here.
Let's find it.
We'll say you've heard murmurs of a king in your travels through the town. There is some king in charge of the clan that oversees Khel Kuldir.
How can we get the ear of the king? We need to talk to a dwarf. We need to talk to a dwarf and establish how we get to the king. We'll just start from the bottom. Talk to a merchant or a tavern owner.
Sounds good. There are literally dozens of dwarves outside. Literally. We should go out there and check that out. Yeah. Even where we were staying. Are we healthy enough to go right away? We should, right?
I feel fine.
Yeah. You guys are strong.
I'll take a potion of healing.
Like bleeding out of his ears.
I'm a little bit bleeding out of my ears, yeah.
He's got
just a little bit.
A rag to his head. Okay. So let's go sleuthing.
It's all in favor.
It means investigating. Sorry.
I know what sleuthing.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I'm sorry, man. I'm here to support you.
Gonna go ahead and drink a potion of healing while we're here.
Oh, and I pull out one of the flasks that I have full of shadowy ale, so he can wash it down. Kind of chase it.
He could chase it. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I got you.
Keep moving.
So we're gonna go the way that Rith told us about.
Yeah, it sounds quicker, so give it a shot.
Okay. I might have something for this very situation. Talks amongst yourself. 1 second.
Willa is looking around, trying to figure out which wall is fake down the hallway.
Oh, did you still want to get him a gift?
Make a perception check, Willa.
Okay. I will not be getting Kalador a gift anymore. I don't think he deserves it. And he already got himself a gift now, didn't he?
Sure did.
So 12.
Not noticing anything at the moment.
She's like
Looks
patting
like
down
regular old
walls.
stone. Yeah, you're moving around and you're looking around, listening to everything. Nothing seems out of place where you're at.
These all look normal over here.
Okay.
She did motion towards the hallway.
Yeah, down here.
To the east.
So
This one.
I'm just gonna step on a trap, and I think everyone knows that.
Well, so I'm like digging through my bag and I say, I have this. It's one of those scrolls of find traps. But it doesn't, like, I'm studying it, and it says it doesn't look like it lasts for very long. It's just within an area that I'm around, or that's around me, about 120 feet. So we could go as far as we'd like, or we can use it. Well, how do you guys figure? What do you guys want to do? Should we move slow and try to work our way through? Oh, look, there's a door up there. That's curious. That's not compelling at all.
Yeah, I mean, we could just take a few steps and then look around and maybe save that scroll for another time.
Do you like being small again?
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to do the voice.
Okay. Yeah, me neither. If I have to take over your character. Should we just go?
That door? Be perceptive.
I gotta tell you, man, it's calling out to me. I don't want to be like that, but ooh, it's right there. Hey, Rith, do you know what's behind that door? Can you open it up?
Do you shout back at her?
Yeah, sure, why not? You're yes-anding. Let's do it.
She lifts her head up again. Just over there. To your left. Gemma and Anton, you can make a perception check.
This door,
with
right?
With advantage. No, it's an illusory wall.
Oh, but I can see the door.
Yes, there is a door there.
Okay, sorry. I got confused. You said perception with advantage.
Yeah.
14
with advantage.
Anton.
Ooh, 10. Solid. C-.
Okay. Anton just makes it. And you kind of notice something maybe a little off about this, but you also pick up a strange sound, Anton, one that you seem to kind of recognize, like you've heard this before. A guttural sort of language and then some swallowing coming from further down the hallway.
Oh, the hallway, not the door.
Right. That's what he hears, is something down this hallway. But does notice something maybe a little off in this area?
Oh.
So it picks up two things.
I kind of get it. All right.
Okay.
No, I mean, what's behind this door?
Anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
No.
There's something over this way, and it's not human. He kind of holds the drift globe in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a lot of that going around in here.
I don't see anything.
No, I didn't see it either. I heard it. It sounded like growling. And you know what? I don't have a great feeling about this either.
It sounds familiar to you.
I think I've heard it before.
Like good heard it before or bad heard it before?
I don't know. Does it sound like a boar?
Make a wisdom check.
All right.
Pull out my dagger ready to kill Anton.
Wisdom check. Is there an analog to wisdom?
Just click your wisdom and just the ability check, not the saving throw.
Yeah, that's.
No, just click where it says wisdom.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry. Having difficulty finding it under my skills.
Just under your abilities. Your abilities, not your skills.
Oh, those. Yeah, my bad.
It's all good. Been a little bit.
Oh, it was on 20 and it rolled off.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
You can't discern how you'd think it's familiar, but it sounds familiar. And it's coming down further down the hallway.
Towards us.
Not towards you. You just sort of hear it down there.
Oh, okay. Look, do you guys want to try to get out of here, or do you want to check this out?
Wait, like this door or the hallway? Like I was looking at this
hallway.
The hallway.
Hallway's the way that she told us to go, right?
So let's go.
Yeah.
She told us to go to the left, I thought.
No, she told us to go down the hall.
East, right?
Yes. A wall against the hallway. Yes.
Can Willa take another chance at listening for whatever Anton was listening to?
You can choose to listen to something. If you'd like to get a further inspection on where this exit is, you can roll an investigation. But if you want to listen for the sounds, you can roll perception.
Oh, from where we're at? We can do that?
She's going to...
For which part, Mike?
The investigating the wall?
From where you're at, yeah. You can investigate, assuming that you'll kind of go up close to it and kind of look at it and study it.
That's
There we go.
18
High roll.
for perception. For hearing, because she has advantage.
You do have advantage. Yeah, Willa, you pick it up. It sounds like something down that hallway, and also with such a great roll, there seems to be maybe part of the caverns has opened up on that side as well, and it's coming from that area.
Is it Gork? I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I can't hear it. I don't know. I can't hear shit, you guys. What is it?
It sounds like it's open. There's an open cavern down this way, so maybe we keep moving.
Slowly,
Did anyone roll investigation?
Oh, well, you said where are we investigating? Like the end of the hallway? Because we only have I personally only have visibility up to here.
Just against the wall, to the wall to your left.
So, here. Oh, right. Okay,
yep.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's what was getting me is I was looking at
sorry.
map.
Okay.
Your
characters to the north. Regular for investigation.
11. Mike, the player sees it. Gemma doesn't.
You can deduce
gonna walk
a
up
little
to the
bit of
wall.
meta if you'd like. You're
No,
not
it's
perceiving through anything. It looks like a wall.
I'm still very worried about that noise down there. Do you guys see anything? This wall looks fishy.
Is this the wall she said was illusory?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So,
quite confused too.
go
So
ahead.
the sound is coming from this wall that she said was a.
No, the sound's coming down from
No,
the
no, no.
hallway. Yeah.
Okay.
The hallway, but she said that there's an illusory wall. I thought the wall was at the end of the hallway, but that's just where the sound is coming. There's an
after this
illusionary wall.
amount of
here.
time,
We're
I
done.
will go ahead and tell you that wall is illusion. That wall is illusory, and there is a
Sorry.
sound coming further to the east down the hallway.
Can we say we were looking at it for like 40 minutes?
Yeah,
before
we
figured
kind
it out?
of
Yeah.
did in real
And
time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Top tier role playing, guys.
We touched
Yeah.
every single stone. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
We haven't
Oh,
touched
so,
any stones yet, have we?
You do feel, and you can probably see on your connection to the map there,
Yeah.
that your hand goes through the wall there.
There we go. All right.
Is that what she was telling us? Was she telling us
Slow
to go
down,
down?
slow
Keep
down.
going. Please be careful, Willa.
It's right. My hand's going through here.
Oh, I thought it was the one we're in front of.
I'm just going to
Both.
creep up in Willa's footsteps where she's already walked.
Which one is it, Wes?
It's
Both?
both.
Oh, okay.
It's the entire wall, yeah.
It's both? Okay. I assumed it was the one with the where it connects visually. Well, I'm gonna go through.
Okay, just one step. Tell us what you see. We'll be here.
She pokes her head through.
It's not even a locked door, and we're like caught behind the illusory wall. It's just
You're moving your head through, and then as soon as it starts to hit you, you remember Rithsaryxvaer's warning that the magic and between the borders, it might be a little hazardous. Go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw, but you have advantage still because you ate the cookie.
Woo.
Come on, no
21?
21. You're safe. You feel that same sort of the visions of fear that you've seen before. That's the temple's magic sort of starting to penetrate your mind again, and you resist it. And you can feel it very strong in its presence as you move through the wall, but you stick your head through and see that main entrance throne room that you on the other side. You can actually move through it. Like your token can physically move through that.
She'll keep her head on the other side and then give a thumbs up on the side that they're on so that she doesn't have to go back and forth, and she'll move forward.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay. Did
Everyone
she
sees her disappear.
Okay. I don't have a great feeling about this, but I'm gonna follow her. Gemma, stay close.
Okay.
Anton kind of holds the drift globe in front of him and takes a step through. Oh, lost Anton. There we go.
Go ahead and do
I'm
an same. Go ahead and do an intelligence saving throw with advantage.
$19.
Okay.
Woo.
You feel it start to impress on your mind, that vision coming to your thoughts once again and just forcing it away, and you make it through on the other side.
Oh, this is the entrance. That's convenient.
Which is now the exit.
Yeah.
Gemma. Can I hear them through the illusionary wall?
You can't hear them now.
Guys!
Gemma!
I'm going to put Aloysius in my bag. So if he starts to have a seizure, he doesn't turn on me.
I don't think he's going to have to make a saving throw.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
You never know with this DM.
Yeah.
I know.
Shit is
Why
whack.
he be?
I thought I had control of him. How come I can't move him on my person, or am I just lagging now?
You've moved him so far, so I'm not sure.
I'm trying to move him
for you,
on my
though.
person. Okay, well, anyway, I'll move through.
There, I moved him on top of you.
Okay, looks like I'm lagging, but that's okay. I'll fix that in a minute. Intelligence?
Yeah, I'll move you through. Go ahead and do an intelligence.
Oh man, I can't see it. I'm lagging. Oh, it's so suspenseful. Huh? I wonder what it's gonna be. It's taking a minute to go through. I'm gonna spam it so that we get like 6 rolls when it comes back.
Maybe try rolling a regular d20 to see if that works.
That's a big negative. Refresh it.
All right. In the meantime, do you mind if I roll for you to keep things moving?
It depends if it makes it or not.
Right. If it's bad, it'll be my fault, won't it?
That's the correct answer.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Let me just do it to see if it even works. Okay. Yeah, we rolled. We got a 20.
I'll take it.
Go.
With that, you feel the same thing. Your mind pushing through, the vision returning, getting flashes of it, but pushing it away, and find yourself on the other side. Else.
Everyone all right?
Piece of cake.
All right, great. Let's
Yeah.
move for the big fiery skull.
Yeah, I kind of want to get out of here. I'm not feeling great about that sound.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we can pause there, and you don't have to move the whole way. We will say you make it through the exit, and let's just get off of this map for now and theater of the mind it. You exit out, finding yourself in the familiar near that lava bridge once again. Make your way across using Willa's ring of jumping and figure out a way across, and you navigate back towards the minecarts. Now -1 person. Do you take those back, and is there anything that you want to do before then?
Willa will, since she no longer has Thaddeus in her minecart, she's gonna take. There's a dead body near the front.
Yeah.
She'll take that into her minecart with her. Maybe we could find the family, and who knows? Maybe the king will know who this body belongs to.
Do you want to put it in the bag?
Oh, yeah. Is there a way where it's not gonna?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine.
Apart?
We have a ladder, we have food in there. It should be fine.
Okay.
We have all sorts of sundries.
She'll wrap it with some of her like bedroll or cloth, and then.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Stuff it in.
Okay. All right. There's actually
a dragon in the bag.
There's actually 2 preserved bodies. If you want to grab both.
Preserved, really?
Like mummified?
Well, there was the one that was kind of dead, and remember there was the ones with wrapped up in spider webs.
Oh, so just like desiccated bodies.
Yeah. Kind of like hollowed out.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Eating the guts out and
put all the bodies in there, you know? All the miners.
Yeah. With an E, not an O.
E with an E. Right.
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. That one.
Okay, cool. So you grab those, and anything else before you leave the Emerald Depths?
No, let's skedaddle. 23 skidoo.
You don't feel like stealing any of these emerald rocks? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want any of that. It's blood money. Blood rocks, blood diamonds, blood emeralds. Where am I going?
Blood emeralds. Taking the handle on the side of the cart, crank it, and you feel that familiar burst there's a spark of evocation magic that shoots it off onto the track and bring you back up towards the higher end part of the top of the Emerald Depths and back into Verdant Fang Mine, where you begin to take the pathway all the way through. Navigating its dangers on this course, you've gone through it twice. You are familiar. A few minutes pass, and you begin to approach the entrance to the mine and Khel Kuldir. Just a second.
And I think we really robbed the viewers of the chance to watch us push our tokens inch by inch.
I agree.
All the way through.
My immersion personally is broken. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go back?
Yeah. Well, I apologize. Yes. So your mine cart grinds slowly to a halt, and you become aware suddenly that a lot of the dwarves that are usually occupying this mine aren't really around. And you approach an entire group of dwarves at the edge of the track. They're dressed in Karurian armor, and those marked as King's Guard awaiting you. Stepping out from your carts, there's a rugged, dark-bearded dwarf that shouts in your direction. By order of the king, you're ordered to be escorted to Dun Torhammer to speak with His Highness and the wizard Kalador.
Well, that's just perfect. We wanted to meet him.
That was easy. I high five everybody.
guys, it's not great. Kalador's going to be there.
Well,
we need to get separated.
One thing at a time, man.
You begin to find yourself surrounded. Though the dwarves don't have their weapons drawn, they seem a little aggressive. That to get you to follow their orders. They want to escort you towards Dun Torhammer, which is the king's castle.
I stand behind Anton a little bit.
Hey, let go of us. We're walking.
They back away, but keep a close eye, and they surround you, and they begin to start to escort you out of the mine and into beyond the walls and into the town. Moving through the streets, there are small groups of dwarves and other townsfolk that you notice are gathering. They're staring or whispering gossip amongst themselves as you walk through.
It's like a perp walk.
Yeah, you navigate
Start hissing
through the town, and let me bring up that map actually.
They're like shame.
No. Well, it's just like, oh, hey there. Just making our way to the king.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm pointing Aloysius at everybody. Get back.
While that's loading up. As you approach Dun Torhammer upon the rocky slope, you see that it stands as a formidable testament to dwarven craftsmanship and the indomitable spirit of the Khel Kuldir people. Its stout walls rising majestically from the rugged stone floor. It appears it was carved directly from the natural rock formations of the cavern. Its rough-hewn walls bearing the scars of centuries. At the main entrance, massive iron-bound doors, reinforced with thick bars of steel, stand open, but tightly controlled by vigilant guards. At a distance, torches flicker and cast dancing shadows upon the castle walls as you get closer. You're then guided up a stairway and into a large, regal hall filled with a crowd of dwarven nobles and warriors. Its walls are adorned with intricate stone carvings depicting the history and legends of the Torhammer clan, warm and aglow with numerous iron braziers and sconces. Their light dances upon the numerous rich tapestries depicting battles and discoveries. Need you all to roll a perception check, please.
18.
11.
A 9.
Okay. Gemma, you notice something very quickly as you're moving through, and there's a lot of faces, a lot of things to look at, but your eyes seem to just like catch upon what appears to be a gnomish noblewoman, and you catch her because she has this bright green hair, and she moves through the crowd, and then she's out of sight as you're pushed forward. A large stone throne, carved from a single piece of granite and decorated with emeralds and animal furs, dominates this room. Its occupant, a wide, white-haired dwarf with tanned, wrinkled skin, with a golden crown encrusted with emeralds, stares in your direction with the alertness of one half of his age. Standing at his side is a stern Kalador with the sparkling emerald dragon mine shard hanging around his neck. As you and the surrounding guards around you halt, a respectful silence falls within the hall until only the flickering flames of the torches can be heard. And that's where we'll take our first break.
What?
All right. Thanks, everyone. If you're sticking around so far, just remember that we are, of course, streaming on Twitch. But if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. That'll be awesome. And if you're watching on Twitch, be sure to subscribe as well. For there, you get free, you get ad-free viewing, custom emotes, instant access to our VODs before they hit our other channels, and so much more. So stick around, and we'll be right back after this short break. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We're back from our break. We're going to go back to where we were. Just to rewind a little bit, I'll go back into it. You are escorted up into this royal hall, and you are slowly brought to a halt. A respectful silence falling within the hall until only the flickering flames of torches can be heard. Then King Dorfir Torhammer speaks.
Wait. While we were walking up, can I just casually cast my empathic sense before we do the stop thing, just so I can get a...
Is that...
It's somatic.
Are you
but
are you doing a spellcast?
But like as we're walking up, not into the chamber, but we're still being carted through, maybe when we hit the door or something.
You get a nudge from one of the dwarves that are by you. Stop that! But you keep moving. But I'll allow that to be up.
All right. Thanks.
Just like, yeah. Let me know when you want to get a read of it. The king speaks. Travelers, I've heard much of your visit here to my clan's home in the mountains. Tell me, is it true you've struck a deal with a dragon in... His voice suddenly comes muffled and fades, and your vision gets blurry. And you see this flash of green light. And after a few seconds, you find yourself somewhere else entirely. You're no longer in the King's Hall. There's an infinite plane of green marble of tiles that stretch infinitely in every direction toward a twilit horizon, distorted by a thick surrounding fog. Vibrant purple crystals protrude from the floor in various areas like strange formations from another world. Do not panic, Kalador says, and his form emerges from the surrounding fog. You're within the confines of my mind, so that we may speak privately.
There's a lot of space in here.
Well, if we're in here, are we still out there? And are we missing what the king's saying? Because that seems a little rude.
It's very important. Seems important.
Are we just standing there looking spaced out?
King's like, they're on drugs.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're cracked out on emeralds. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Time is frozen for them for the time being. We can speak here for a short amount of time before they notice.
What is this? What do you want? I mean, you got what you want.
I thought it might be important for us to talk privately before we speak with the king. Sorry, I just have to adjust something here.
Did you tell him that we made a deal with the dragon?
I think it's important that I tell you a bit of my story, at least what's going on exactly. The king is aware of the dragon's presence, clearly, because several of the guards at Verdant Fang Mine heard them mention a dragon, heard you all mention that. I think it was Thaddeus who mentioned a dragon. They took this and reported it to the king, and made its way to his ear. I was aware of Rithsaryxvaer's presence long ago, but I kept it a secret for fear the dwarves would become too greedy. I admit my time spent with the dwarves may have affected my judgment, but now that I have the shard, I don't wish to harm the dragon, truly. After the king heard of the dragon, though, I was given orders to continue the mission to kill her. For her hoard, and for glory, for Khel Kuldir. So I leave it all in your hands now. You know where I stand.
You want us to clean up your mess?
I'm yes and no. I want you to finish the job.
It's your mine. You can tell him whatever you want.
They already don't trust me, Gemma.
Maybe we could all tell him that we confronted the dragon but found it was too powerful to destroy. That not even an army could destroy it, and maybe you could convince him that you've surmised the same.
There's that. There's also the threat, I believe. Did she say that she would attack Khel Kuldir?
If you disturbed her any longer.
Yeah, if they mined into her territory.
That's a good deterrent. There's also another truth. The reason the mine has been so successful for as long as it has been, these emeralds, the emerald mine is rich because of her presence. Presence of an emerald dragon, her draconic magic suffuses throughout the mountain, granting these riches that they've profited from for a very long time.
What are you telling us for, then? Tell the king that.
He's looking to you now as strangers, as adventurers, and as those who have confronted the dragon that aren't directly tied to me exactly, for some sort of truth. He wants you to persuade him to send his dwarves down there and take the horde. But I urge you not to do that, unless you wish to bring harm upon Khel Kuldir.
You know the king to be reasonable.
I do, in fact. He's lived a long time, and his wisdom is vast. He'll listen to the right people if he can be persuaded.
If you roll high enough.
Is his wisdom higher than his greed, stronger than his greed?
Yeah.
I think you'll find that he may be more understanding than you might have an opinion on. That's why he's made such a great king.
We never wanted to see violence in this. This came to a reasonable crossroads, and you put us in a position now. Are we going to get your support when we talk to him?
You will. Yes, I realize I've put you in a kind of uncomfortable position. And I apologize for that. But if we can get through this, well, for one, you have my support, and two, I promise it'll be worth your trouble.
Right. I think the argument that destroying the dragon would destroy the emerald mine will be the one that persuades the king.
Let's lead with that.
Maybe we don't have to make up the lie about us not being able to destroy her. Although we could fall back on that if we need to.
Yeah, you don't want to show weakness. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I think we should lead with that. I agree. No, I agree with that. I mean, either way, if a fight comes to the dragon, we're going to lose a lot of lives. We're going to lose a lot of dwarven lives.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe even tiefling lives. You don't know, so.
Well, who cares?
Who cares? Say he was an okay guy. He was just he was all right.
Oh, he's one of the good ones. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I have a tiefling friend, right?
He's clean and articulate. Okay,
Wow.
Let's get out of this mindscape.
Yes. Well, let's get out of my mind, and when this is all over, perhaps, well, there's a lot more we have to talk about. But let's get through this one step at a time, shall we? And he snaps his fingers, and you snap out of this illusory plane.
Can you repeat that last part, your kingness?
Yeah, you begin to open your eyes and you find out everyone's sort of staring at you, waiting for you to answer. And you say that, and he goes, the king looks around and stares at you all. I said you made a deal with a dragon. No. You spoke to one below our mine.
We
You
did.
did.
And not only that, but we discovered something. We discovered that the fate of the dragon is tied to the emeralds in the mine. The emeralds are there because of the dragon. If we destroy the dragon, we destroy the mine. You really have no choice, Your Highness, if you want to continue reaping the rewards of the wealth beneath the city.
He strokes his long white beard. Go ahead, roll a.
Say what he says is true, so I can help him.
He has advantage for that
Okay,
alone.
just making sure.
Persuasion.
Oh, 11.
Also, you don't want to put any dwarven lives at risk. These people at risk. The dragon only wants to be left alone, and disturbing her is not only beneficial for you, but will preserve the lives of your people. Everything Anton said was true. It works out for everybody if you leave her alone.
Everyone in the room stares at Gemma, this young sorceress stepping forward. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm sorry, I don't know if an 11 would have made it. Anton. 26.
Hey.
Wow.
I hold on to Anton's arm, like for support.
The king seems to. You can see a spark of understanding in his face. But before he can even say anything, there's a dwarf standing close to the throne, similarly white-haired but dressed in the regal red garments of a Moradin priest. He turns to King Dorfir. Your Highness, surely you don't believe the words of these strangers. We must slay the beast to show our strength and to claim what is rightfully ours. There's a few voices in the crowd that shout in agreement. You can see. Let me share this handout.
Someone's like, "Boo worms, boo worms." I was saying boo worms. Oh, this guy, this dungeon master looking guy.
Yeah, that's true. Morbid Thorhammer, the lead priest of the Morden Temple. That's funny. I didn't make that connection, but yes. And the king looks towards him, leans forward in his throne. Morbrith continues. He says, look what it's done to our people. Our workers who've returned lost or haven't returned at all. The king says, now, brother. We already have all the riches our people need because of the dragon's presence. Kalador. You see Kalador lean down. You will cease all operations within the Emerald Depths. Kalador bows. King Dorfir looks toward another dwarf within his court, a heavily armored and decorated fighter. Commander Silversteel, see to it that the entrance to the Emerald Depths is sealed. The warrior gives a curt nod. Consider it done, Your Highness. The king then looks at all of you again. As for you, what do you call yourselves?
Give them lots of gold.
We're the sole survivors.
Sole survivor. I was going to say SOLE. But...
But Anton says it really dramatically, like, we're the sole survivors. Arched eyebrow.
Do like a Sailor Moon, kind of like.
Well then, we consider you heroes of Khel Kuldir. What are your individual names?
I'm Gemma. Gemma Ashen Light.
Anton Darghost.
Willa Kettlewhistle, Your Highness.
Gemma, Anton, Willa, ho! You hear the crowd start to cheer. And suddenly the tension seems to break a bit. And King Dorfir seems to relax. Kalador seeming to sigh a bit. And then King Dorfir, as everyone starts to relax. And the crowd seems to be cheerful. You are considered royal guests here at Duntorhammer for this evening. We shall have a great feast in your honor.
Jen was like, oh God, thank God. I'm so hungry. I was going to ask if that came with a sandwich. Sorry, you were saying.
Please, you will have quarters tonight here in my castle.
Like
for saving our town.
Willa.
There are a few dwarves that come up to you and like kind of like put their hands on your shoulder and like kind of shake you like, yeah, like congratulations, and sort of like everyone seems to starting to relax. King Dorfir says, see to it, and gets up from his throne, sort of walks off to the side. You can see that the crowd starts to break apart, and immediately there are servants already starting to push and control people aside, but start to bring in like large tables and benches, preparing
Mugs.
for the feast. And what's that?
Mugs?
Say it.
And mugs. There's a table.
A mug?
These are dwarves. There's already a drinking table off to the side.
Even though we
in
were
the
prisoners,
castle.
they kind of handed us mugs as we walked in.
Yeah.
So it was kind of
like
like a...
they pushed it to you. Yeah.
Here, just take this.
Yeah. And you can feel that, this relaxing atmosphere started to wash over you as many of the dwarves, there are a couple dwarves that disagree with all of this, but many of them seem to be in agreement and support of the king. Kalador steps down from the top of the stair of the throne and approaches you all. Thank you for what you did here, and I'm sorry that I put you in such a position. But congratulations, you're now considered renowned heroes here in Khel Kuldir. A rare honor.
I don't normally say this, but I think you owe us one.
I think we're getting...
I do.
I
I not only owe you your payment, I have something extra as well. When this is all over, this feast, and tomorrow, rest up. Tomorrow, meet me in my tower. Gemma, I owe you something special, and the group something as well.
Yeah.
We'll talk more then. For now, enjoy yourselves. Relax. You've done a great service for Khel Kuldir today.
Have a question.
Highness.
Well, I'll ask you tomorrow. Never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
He says.
Yeah. It can wait.
Well, I got a question. Are you? She gestures to the necklace. Are you holding on to that then?
That's what I was going to ask.
Put his hand around.
Okay.
Well, I was going to ask for something. No, but go for it. Go for it. Yeah. Yes. This. Yes. I'm like standing behind Willa, holding it.
Most definitely. And you have one as well. I keep it safe. I didn't necessarily want it for myself. I just don't want it to fall into the wrong hands. There's forces at work that want that necklace and this one. I will be honest, I want it for my own selfish reasons. It helps increase my magic by quite a lot. So I like it. And thanks for allowing me to have it. But be careful with yours. They're pretty rare.
That's what I've heard. As long as you're not going to use yours for anything nefarious, like killing dragons, then I suppose that I'm okay with that.
We trusted you. We trusted you and kind of let that slip down there. So, I mean, are we sure we can trust you now? Insight check.
You can roll one.
Well, what does he say? He'd be a
says,
total dick about this.
Well, perhaps
14.
you can't. Perhaps you can't trust me. I was conflicted. I was under orders by the king. And perhaps I threw you into a dangerous situation for my own greed. And that I'll owe up to. I'm not always a good person. I did something that I wanted. I've wanted this for a very long time. And I did put you all in danger to possess it. And I apologize. But I also thank you for allowing me to get what I wanted for so long. But again, we'll talk more tomorrow. For now, relax, rest up, eat, drink, party. You deserve it.
What did you do with Thaddeus? Did you kill him? Type a loose end. I read a lot of books, sorry.
No, I paid him for the job. He wanted to leave town.
Oh, he's gone. Huh.
He said he was. He did
Gives me 10 gold.
he did mention that he had a package for you at the Emerald Flagon. So whenever you go back there, that's all he told me. I paid him for his job, and he wanted to leave my service, so who am I to hold him back?
I guess we'll see you in the morning.
We'll be at the tavern.
All right. I'll see you at my tower tomorrow.
Are we feasting here?
Yes, you can see the tables be moved in, and you're getting a royal stay within the castle tonight.
Can I turn to Anton and Willa and just like, we did it, guys. We did it. I mean, they're much bigger than I am, so I'm still trying to like get my hands around their armor. And stuff, but I think they get the picture.
Yeah, we did.
Look
Should
at
feel
us.
good about this. That's right. Without violence. Well, without much violence.
Much violence. I mean,
Yeah.
A little bit of violence, just enough violence.
Just enough. I'm so proud of you guys. We've come so far.
I'm so proud of you guys. And it was so cool to name drop ourselves, without fearing for our lives.
Right?
Like the Empire.
Do you like the way I said it?
Dude, that was so cool. Anton, that was so cool.
Thank you.
The way you looked at him and you had very cool.
Yeah. That's called a smolder, by the way.
Smolder. Okay. I didn't know what that was. I was going to ask you what that meant.
Let's drink.
Yes.
Yeah, as you begin to sort of mingle with the crowd, there's barrels of stout, shadowy ale, regular ale. There's mead, and there's dwarven fire whiskey available for all of you. You find yourselves mingling amongst a crowd of the highest in Khel Kuldirian society, nobles, wealthy merchants, royalty, and yes, eventually there are tables and benches that are arranged. There are dwarven musicians that come onto a stage and begin to play using drums, fiddles, and flutes. They're playing wonderful, happy music.
Ooh, thank you.
And you sit down, and there's a whole plate of, and we'll kind of like vignette montage this a little bit. There's a feast of smoked cave trout with herbs, mushroom tartlets, ale battered deep fried roots. There's boar roasted in honey and mead, marinated goat legs, hearty dark venison stew, turnips, carrots, and parsnips. Remember parsnips?
Yeah.
Roasted with butter and herbs, and a dark chocolate and stout cake for dessert. While you all are enjoying all this food, is there anything you want to say or interact with each other about?
I'm all about the montage with us, like just getting drunker and drunker.
Yeah.
Parts of my montage just giving Anton food while between his drinks so that he stays, like
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Trying to let him get the
dwarves.
Yeah.
There's a cutscene of you all like somehow like arms around other dwarves and like kicking your legs up, dancing, and
Hey.
line dancing.
Trying to get fresh vegetables. Explain to the dwarf I need fresh vegetables for the
Fresh
Almirage,
vegetables,
but then
fresh
I see him like eating a goat leg anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess he eats.
It's the Almirage is on its back, rolling in like carrots and all kinds of stuff.
Getting my Almirage drunk.
Yeah. Some point during the like hazy part of the night, you're feeling finally relaxed and good and full. You find yourselves a bit alone at one point, like sort of away from the rest of the crowd, just talking amongst yourselves. And there's a green-haired gnome that walks up to all of you.
I recognize you. I saw you earlier in the crowd.
You did you? Oh. I just like to thank you for what you did here today. Here. And she hands over a large silk pouch.
She's got a gun.
You kind of peek inside of it and you find two very large, beautiful, and perfectly flawless emeralds inside. A sign of my gratitude. Sell them for some gold.
Oh. Wait,
Thank you.
are you sure?
Anton, that's rude. Stop. Anton, that's rude.
I'm sure. She gives a big smile and
Who are you? What's your name?
She turns and seems to just disappear into the crowd.
Thank you.
The pouch contains 2 emeralds worth 1,000 gold each that you can sell.
Wow.
Right into the bag.
That was nice of her.
You're muted, Anton.
Who, oh, yeah. Anton?
Huh?
What did
Yeah,
you say?
no. I said, woo!
Okay, I wanted you to unmute for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's odd. I saw her earlier when we were escorted into the hall. Who do you don't suppose that was Rith, do you? Kind of in a drunken sort of like when you have that enlightened drunken moment kind of thing, and like, you think that was Rith?
Oh, maybe.
She did say that she visits once in a while, didn't she?
Either way, I hope. A little tipsy now. I hope everything turns out all right here. I feel like that they can benefit from each other's presence.
Yeah, we did the right thing. I think Sahanin will look upon us favorably. The whole group.
Yeah, I think things will go well. It's nice to know that we got to meet a dragon that was different from what the books say. You know what I mean? Well, from what you hear from others.
Yeah.
She was reasonable, for the most part.
I know it. I don't know what it is, but I think that we did something great here. We saw our first dragon, guys. It was so cool. I was just very happy about it.
If we see another dragon, maybe we could name drop her.
Or we could just kill it, we could kill that one.
All right.
Anton, you're not going to get into another fight tonight, are you?
Well, not with Stonefist, that's for sure.
Stonefist is also drinking.
Boulderfist?
Boulderfist. Oh, Boulder. The name's Boulderfist. Some point in the night, I'm crying to Willa how much I miss my sister. Like just drunk crying.
He's getting drunk crying. Eventually, when the party is dying down, and it's quite a while, the dwarves know how to party, but you eventually are sort of maybe led forcefully by some servants through Dune Torhammer to your own individual chambers, and you're given the following luxuries. There are these warm stone rooms with intricately carved dwarven designs. The floors and bed covered with heavy furs. There's an access to brass baths with mineral water that's drawn from the underwater hot springs for you to refresh in. Silk robes and clothing to dine and relax in, and unlimited food and beverages.
Take out my pumpkin spice soap. I lend it to Willa too. I break it in half. I'm like, here, this is awesome.
Thank you.
And I leave it in your hands. Is there anything you want to do in this moment?
Do we have separate rooms?
You do have your own separate chambers. Yep.
Cool. Can I get a cot for Sir Aloysius? or some sort. I don't know if they do cots or hay or I don't know what accommodations for in.
You just say that, and there are already servants that are bringing out a nice, comfy accommodations for Aloysius. A sort of big bundle of hay and a bucket full of all kinds of vegetables that he can eat in the corner of your room.
Yeah, don't go destroying it. Oh, okay. This is a nice place. I can't afford the deposit on this. So. Excellent.
Yeah.
I think we're here, guys. I think campaign over. Let's stay.
This is the end. Willa is going to ask for...
Go ahead, Willa.
Oh, sorry. Willa's going to ask whatever, I don't know, people she sees around. Could I get a box, please? And do you guys send out things from the castle, or could I give that?
You see, yeah, there's a dwarven woman. Oh yes, whatever you wish. Yes. You need to send something?
Yes, I'm just she's gonna start taking like all of the complimentary like soaps and lotions off of the bathroom, and she puts them in the box and she closes it. She's like, the kettle whistles, Deer Haven Farm. I just wanted to send this to my family back in the Empire.
Inspiration.
Well deserved.
That's great.
You can see like the dwarven woman is like totally on with you, like, you know, she's not royalty, so she's like, yeah, like, okay. And she's like, you could take the towels too. Want to take the towels?
Oh yes, she
those in there
puts
too.
anything she can inside.
Can I shove a few of those in our bag just for our travels?
yeah, totally.
Cue from Willa. Like, we could actually kind of use some of this too.
We could probably use just like this towel for like traveling.
Like they gave us all this stuff and we're looting.
Toothpaste, shampoo.
All right.
Yeah, so she takes that up and where would you like that to be sent?
To the cattle whistles at the Deer Haven Farm in the Empire, next to the Rosian Forest. So maybe.
Oh, okay, right. We'll make sure that's delivered for you. Might be a bit tricky, dear, going across into the Imperial border. No promises it'll make it through, but we'll try. We'll try our best.
That's all. That's all I could ask for. Thank you so much.
Okay. And she takes and leaves.
I got something for us too.
And maybe we wrap up the night. We did Willa. I guess Willa. Do you go to sleep? How do you go to sleep? And then we'll go to each person. How they wrap up for the night.
Yeah, she puts on all of the silks that are in the room. Kind of like winds herself up in the bed and bundles up and heads to sleep.
Okay. Jim or Anton, whoever wants to go next. How do you wrap up your evening?
Anton's gonna stumble into his room and chug the glass of water that Gemma presumably gave him, and then just fall face down on the soft, feathery bed.
You actually lay down in the bed, and then you actually feel another presence in the bed. A dwarven woman, pushes you.
It's not your room.
She goes, anything I can do for you, my lord?
Do for me?
You turn and she's unclothed.
Just hair everywhere.
Hair everywhere. Dwarven.
I think you should just let me sleep. And Anton kind of pretends he's going to throw up.
It's not really pretend. She kind of gets it. She puts a robe back on and leaves. And then Anton, you pass out.
Yep.
All right.
I think I'm still in the right mind to go in and leave him another glass of water, put a bucket near the bed, and put his sword to the side and stuff, so that he has it for. And take off his boots. And then I'll go to bed too. Just snuggle up. Room. I want to snuggle up, and then even though I got all that stuff for Aloysius, he's on his back in my bed, the top of the cover, sleeping.
All right. The night passes peacefully. You feel relaxed, and the most you feel rewarded, and you haven't ever had this, at least you haven't felt this relaxed and this rewarded and this satisfied in a long time. You get a good night's rest. You sleep in well into the day after such a late night. And we're going to go ahead and just transition over to, you're all together again outside the castle. You've used up your amenities for the evening as royal guests.
Get out.
They somewhat are kind of forcefully getting you out after late afternoon, pushing you out the door, getting you dressed. But you're clean, you're well rested, you're well fed, you've had breakfast. And it's probably early afternoon at this point as you find yourselves outside of Dune Torhammer, refreshed and yourselves again.
God, imagine if we killed the dragon.
Well, crew, yesterday was easily the best day of my life. I'm glad you were there with me. More hugs. More
Big
hugs.
hugs. I've never stayed in a castle before, so I'm glad we did what we did.
It's very cool. Very neat. But, God, I feel like we could use something really greasy. So hungry. All this walking and all this drinking, it's too much.
Well, we'll get some breakfast, and then what?
Well, you had breakfast.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
You did have breakfast.
It's doing the hungover.
But it's becoming it's almost lunchtime. It's almost lunchtime, so
let's eat. Let's eat.
Just keep eating. Keep the party going.
Did we want to go see Kalador?
Yeah, we could do that first.
And it might be goodbye.
I'm sure.
I think it might be time for us to move on.
Should we grab the package from Thaddeus on the way?
Like,
there?
yeah, should we close out our tab out there?
Yeah, I think he would appreciate that we took the one-way route instead of going back and forth. That was his thing.
He's lazy. That's why. I mean, okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I won't have that argument with him again. It's fine. No, I agree.
Kalador first then?
No, was it the inn and then Kalador, or the Kalador inn and then goodbye?
The package at the tavern and then Kalador.
Yeah.
The tavern where you stayed.
The tavern's on the way.
Exit's also by the tavern, so depends on which way you want to go.
Well, let's go to the tavern first.
Tavern.
Oh, that's the exit. Okay.
Wait, which is the exit?
It's like map south.
Oh,
So
the Emerald Flagon.
Tower across.
Iron Inn. Right.
Oh, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
I can't read maps.
I don't know where we are. I'm still asleep.
I can't. Taught us that in the army.
Can we?
Kalador first? Then?
Sure, Kalador. Yeah,
okay.
Let's go.
Okay. You head over to Kalador's tower, Wizard's Tower. You get up to the door area, and you're welcomed in again. Gildak.
Gildak. Those cookies were awesome.
Yeah, did you like them?
Yeah, I don't suppose you can have some ready to go for us. We can take on the road.
Sure.
Oh, I give him a big hug. He's probably resisting with.
He's shorter than you, and
yeah. I really get in there too, like Shago.
All right, enough. I'll bake. I'm limited on resources. 3 more. Right?
They are really good.
He walks off and just like he loves it.
I think he really likes
He acts tough.
Yeah. I say that to the group. Like, I might have the sense up. I think he really
he actually loves it. You can tell he loves it. Yeah. You meet with Kalador again in the main area of the tower, and he's sort of sipping some tea and turns around. You're back. So hoping to expect you today. Did you sleep well? Have a good time at the castle?
You did.
Great. There's your payment. And he sort of gestures down to the table, and there's 3 individual, very large sacks of gold.
Right.
You each gain 1,000 gold.
Oh.
Beautiful.
And as an extra gesture for everything, I hope this assists all of you in your adventures. And especially because I know Gemma had her eye on it. A circlet of comprehend languages.
Serpent?
Circlet.
Circlet.
A bit smaller than a helmet. This might help as well. Let me bring up.
I'm muted. I'm totally muted, but thank you. I don't know what to say, except I could. If you said something, I would understand. Yes, I think that this will come in very handy. I appreciate it very much.
It won't let me throw it on there, but let me see if I can throw it on your sheet, Gemma.
I'm like, okay, I'm like trying to pull it for okay, all right. You gave me a
I don't want you to purchase it. I just want to give it to you.
Why don't we do a buyback thing, and then you don't have to pay the taxes and all that?
Yeah. I will transfer it later offline, but you have a circlet of comprehend languages.
Okay, great. Immersion broken, but great.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, George.
Yes. Please sit down. Do you want tea, refreshments, anything before we talk? Gildak. And you just sort of hear some shouting in the background. Oh, right. I think he's making you some more of those cookies. Well, there's fresh tea here. Make yourselves at home. He sits down, the plush furniture. Well, I must say I am happy that it didn't come to... I'm glad that we came on the other side of this. I was afraid you might want to fight me.
We would have done what we
Might
would have
have.
had to. Yeah.
But you came around, and owning up to your mistakes is something very rare. Take it easy on yourself.
Thanks, Anton. Gemma, I owe you some information about your parents. It's also intertwined into my own story.
Is it?
Yeah. I knew your parents very briefly. In that time, though, I knew that they were brave magic users that sacrificed their lives so that myself, you and your sister, who were just small children at the time, and others could live. Their tunnel of liberation. It led us to a teleportation circle that brought myself and a priestess of Tytar named Estelle to Skyhaven. It's a village about 2 days from here, and one of the two places that you can go to cross the mountains. I think we've talked about it before, but outside the game, I know it's been a long time. There is the way through the Underdark or through the mountain pass of Skyhaven. Skyhaven happens to be the same place where I ended up when I left the Empire. Most of the Arcanists from the Empire gather there before going separate ways. After I stayed in Skyhaven a bit, I received an invitation to attend the Arcana Atronym from a fellow wizard. He granted me access through another teleportation circle to the university. From there, I never saw Vestel again. But I attended the university, and I ended up graduating at the top of my class. I then served under the High King Regnum Drudar and Melkordir for a time as a court wizard, where I was paid very handsomely and abundantly.
I didn't understand any of those words. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But after 10 years, a whole decade has passed, I recalled my studies of the psychic gems within the university, and I set out to attain a rumored one. One of the emerald shards was supposed to be under this mountain with the emerald dragon, which is supposed to enhances illusion magic. So I'm happy to say I accomplished that goal. Yeah, that's pretty much my story. I ended up here, purchased the mine with the great riches I acquired under the High King, and led the dwarves to... Well, I preyed upon their greed a little bit, perhaps. I'm not telling them about the dragon, though, because I knew that they would want to take that hoard, and as soon as they found out about the hoard, of course they did. But, well, we avoided that whole situation. And then I got the Emerald Shard. Was there any other questions you had, Gemma?
What do you plan to do with the shard now that you have it?
You know, I've thought about it for so long, I'm not even exactly sure. I just wanted to acquire it. I didn't think I'd actually I didn't think I'd actually get it, but here I am. I only wanted to use it for my own purposes, nothing nefarious, just to enhance my own magic. I think I'll stay here in Khel Kuldir a bit. I like it here. Keep working on the operations. You're welcome back here anytime. And I guess you could say you have gained an ally.
What is there anything else you can tell me about my parents? What was my mother like?
Oh, your mother. Brave. Strong. Like I said, I only met them very briefly, but they'll be remembered for a long time. They led so many arcanists outside of the Empire, leading them to Skyhaven, and from there, all the arcanists have spread across Kingdom of Career and beyond Galatalan. Their story spreading as far as anyone can imagine. I think for that alone, you should visit Skyhaven to see their legacy.
People at Skyhaven know about them. My mother and father.
Yes. Skyhaven is an outpost, the final outpost of the Tunnel of Liberation. It's what the final stop of freedom. The very top of the mountain. There are two teleportation circles there, though. There's one to the Arcana Atrium, where a lot of them go to study magic without fear of the Empire. And there's one to the town Voldor.
Is that all you can tell me about them?
Well,
it's okay. I'm just okay.
I was given that shard by a friend of theirs, which I gave you.
Oh, yeah.
And you have that.
It looks great.
I'm glad you like it. I just want you to know that they sacrificed their lives for you, so you could live.
I have recently learned some information along those lines, yeah, from my sister, Dana. I don't know if you know her.
I only just met her the one time next to you when you were children.
I don't even remember.
It was, do you want to hear more about that night?
Sure, if you have more, unless you want to do the C3PO thing so we don't make everyone wait.
No, we were trying to make our way out of the Empire. And we met with your parents at a tavern, and we were ambushed by Damarian Knights.
Oh.
Your parents told us to flee. We actually contemplated quite a bit to decide if we should stay or not, but we ultimately decided to flee. I think it was the tiefling who said we should leave.
Except for this one guy, right?
It was the jerk one.
I heard he was very powerful. I heard he teaches really powerful spells.
Don't listen to those. He was an asshole. But we ended up able to escape. We were tracked down by I haven't thought about this in so long. We were tracked down by a dark agent. A dark agent. She's pale skin. She ended up killing the tiefling, and then Vestel and I escaped.
We ran into one just, I don't know, maybe a week ago before we left the Empire. My sister told me that that's the one that killed my parents. I think we finally avenged them. I didn't even know.
She was still alive after all this time.
Evidently, yeah.
You confronted her?
Well, we were trying to escape, and she found us. And we did everything we could to escape from her. Very powerful. I believe Dana was telling me that she was a vampire.
Yeah, that tracks. I wasn't ever sure, but that seems like she, at least the one I confronted, seemed to follow those qualities. Wow, so she's still alive?
No, we killed her. We put her down. But Dana said that, and this is probably good for your information, but she says that the Emperor of the Demarian Empire has several under his employ, other dark agents, other vampires. And she was going to try to take them down herself. I should have stayed.
No. Gemma. And he actually tries to get in close and get you to look in him in his eyes. Not a creepy way, but just sort of trying to get your attention.
Do I need to roll an insight on that?
Just tries to sit you down and go, you didn't make a mistake leaving the Empire, okay? That is what your parents wanted you to do. And their lives were sacrificed for that. So don't even for a second question whether you should have left or not.
It's just my home. It was my home. And I just hope one day that we can do something to stop Milokovich at some point. Stop the suffering of other people, too.
I understand. I've thought about it quite a lot myself. Not in some time. I found myself eventually just trying to tear myself away from everything that place represented. Especially once I was able to be myself, once I was able to use my magic untethered, and I didn't look back. Sometimes I still feels like another lifetime ago.
Yeah, it's very different on this side of the mountains. And I have these two to thank for getting me out. I don't know what I would have done without them.
Well, you're free now.
I do have maybe 2 more requests if that's not asking too much. I was wondering, first of all, I think that, and I pull out the invitation or the message that I got from the wizard guy at the Redguard Keep. I forget his name. He gave me an invitation to the
Adamar.
There we
It says it right here. It says Adamar. Yeah. Maybe you could put your name on this. It's sort of an invitation to the Atrium. He wanted me to study there. And
you already have an invitation. I was going to suggest you acquire one.
Maybe you can put your name on this one and kind of, put in a good word. That might be pretty sweet. I don't know.
I've seen you in action, Gemma, through the caves. So yes, absolutely. And he snaps his finger, and a quill appears, and he writes his name
by hand. Not. I don't want it to be a magic signature. I want you.
No, it really appears. Very cool. It's a very cool signature.
It's very cool and very awesome.
Green ink.
Yeah.
And he hands it back over to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You mentioned teleportation circles too, and I can't even begin to understand that kind of magic, but I was wondering maybe if you could give us or give me an inscription or a copy of what that might look like so that we could use it in the future.
I'm not actually able to provide you with any scrolls per se at this time, but I'll provide you the sequence.
That's what I want. That's the sequence.
Yes, yeah. Sure. And
great.
He gives that to you.
It's like Skyhaven and the Atrium.
Oh, you have to go to you have to travel to Skyhaven from here through the mountains, but there are 2 teleportation circles in Skyhaven. One leads to the Arcane Atrium. One leads to a town called Voldor.
Oh, okay. So you got nothing for me. I'm just kidding.
Well, if you ever have the ability to cast, you could always come back here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, so you're giving me teleportation circle sequences to
my tower. Here's
to your tower. Okay, your tower, and that's it.
Yes.
And then I'll go to Skyhaven and get the other 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing I wanted to ask is, do you know anything at all? And we may have already covered this about Willa's dragon mind shard or dragon shard.
Yeah, good question. Yeah. As I said before, I only wanted to. I asked you for it, Gemma, because I wanted to be safe.
It's fine.
I actually have no use for it, other than that. But it doesn't really enhance my own abilities. But it's something that I think the Pangenans want. This as well. Although they're not wanting this one specifically, there are other Emerald Dragonmind shards that can be broken off from the original Emerald Gem that was cast down by Sardior himself. The original Emerald Gem happens to be inside the Volcano Career.
I kind of look at the other 2.
I didn't wish to attain a shard from that location. For fear I didn't want to risk the dangers of that are imposed by its red dragon inhabitant.
What can you tell us about that red dragon? Just think, like on the off chance that we're in that area.
Oh, right. Her name is Eodronsag.
Phonetically?
I will post
Great.
that.
Great.
Can you respond to Erdi?
That's what we're calling her now. Her? She? She, him? She, her?
She.
her?
She. Well, she's more or less a whispered rumor in the Kingdom of Career. You're new here. Welcome to Career. You'll find it's a very hushed topic. Many don't even believe she's really there. Most believe that she's been in a slumber for hundreds of years, and that the High King Regnum Durar still sends gems and gold to her hoard to keep her at bay, especially from her cult followers who kind of handle all of that. Yeah, it's a well-known danger I chose to avoid.
This one we're gonna have to kill. Can't negotiate with this one.
Oh, I don't think I've ever met anyone, even history or not, who has been able to persuade a red dragon.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Willa Shard? Is there anything that she should know about it? She's come a long way. She's trying to find what it means.
It's true.
Oh, just that from my studies, that the Dragonmind shards are pieces of the original gems cast by Sardior. Each of those gems, one of each of the types: amethyst, crystal, emerald, topaz. There are numerous other ones. Those created the gem Dragonborn. And they also, when you take pieces of these gems, they have their own psychic power imbued in them. Many of them are either possessed or blessed by emerald dragons. This emerald dragonmind shard I happen to acquire is blessed by Rithsaryxvaer. And it was her own emerald shard. But this shard was taken from that original emerald gem, which is in the Volcano Career, which is in possession of that red dragon I mentioned, who claims it as her own.
And
Was
do
there
you
any
know,
other
can
specific questions?
anyone just take off a shard from the gems?
Break off a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rith had told us that the one I had was taken off without a gem dragon. So it was cursed. She lifted it for us.
Yes. There are often times in history, at least it's written, that sometimes shards are taken off without the dragon's permission. Usually a gem dragon guards each of the original gems. Rithsaryxvaer was pushed out from her own emerald gem by the red dragon, Eodronsag, which is why she was forced, I think, to find her own lair beneath this mountain.
Do you know?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, could you take it off with human tools? Could a human or a dragonborn or an elf do that, or?
Oh, no mere mortal tools can take a shard. It requires much more magic and a lot of psychic power to create a shard. But it can be done.
Show me your hammer.
Wow.
Will that do it?
It could, especially if you're in possession of a psychic shard and a Dragonmind shard and have the blessing of an emerald dragon. a blessing of a gem dragon.
You said that Rithsaryxvaer was driven from her home, and that the red dragon was guarding it, the emerald shard, the actual emerald
gem. Yes.
Gem. Does
Yep.
that mean there's also maybe a ruby gem?
That's a great question. There is not believed to be a ruby gem, as it Sardior himself was the ruby dragon. And he never created a gem of ruby, nor are there any ruby dragonborn.
Oh, that's today I learned. Is there? So this red dragon doesn't have their own shard.
No,
Gem.
She just stole the emerald gem as part of her hoard.
Like
She's the greediest. She's the greediest of all dragons. The worst of the worst. An ancient red dragon.
Sounds hard to kill.
Yeah, which is why I didn't go in that direction. But good luck.
We're not. I mean, we didn't say we were going to kill the dragon. We didn't even say we were going to be in that area. It's just we're just curious. We're new in these bars.
No, I understand.
Is there anything you can tell us about Del Tordir?
Del Tordir, yes. And we fade away and we'll go to our second break as I'm being commanded that we need to do. Yes, we should do that. Before we break, first, we are streaming live on Twitch, which is free for all viewers. If you'd like to support what we do, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, you can subscribe for free with a Prime account. And we'll take our final break here. We'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Tales of Terramir. And we're going to pick up where we left off. We were still talking to Kalador. I can't remember what was there. I think there was a question that I sort of faded out on.
About
the volcano.
No. About Del Tordir, the place that we have to do the package delivery to make up for the deposit that.
Oh right,
the damages to
the package deal.
To Ruby Tin Bottom, but Del Tordir.
Yes,
is a great place. So.
Oh, it's fine. I've never been there myself. I think it's a small village of mostly dwarves. I don't really have much information for you, unfortunately.
That's fine.
It's a very small, swampy town of dwarves. Type of place I try to avoid. Reminds me of my poorer days, I suppose.
Poorer days. Huh? You did mention of Estelle that you escaped with. You said you hadn't seen her since you left the Empire. Do you have any idea of her whereabouts? Is she important?
Since I left Skyhaven, she was important to me. At least she helped me escape the Empire. But I have not heard from her since. We split ways at Skyhaven. I went to Arcana Atrium, and she went a separate way. Where she is, I can't say.
Maybe we'll run into her one day. A wink.
If you do, let her know. Let her know where I am. I'd love to hear from her.
I will.
Anyone else have any questions?
Do you know?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say something stupid. Trust me, you should go.
Go for it. Then you should go first.
Do it.
Anton walks over to a dresser kind of thing and sees like a very old piece of paper, and picks it up and it just turns it over. Says abracadabra.
God damn it.
He kept it.
He kept it after all these years, right?
Like he's gonna say something and then just puts it back in.
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
You'll turn
It's
into
like
a dick.
that's happening like while he was talking to Gemma this whole time.
Exactly.
But Hannah, you had something?
Yeah, she's gonna ask. We have a friend who we're pretty sure is captured in the volcano somewhere. I know that's pretty vague, but you know of any gangs or monsters, anything like that might be happening over there that we should be aware of?
Good question.
I could sense that you had an interest in the area. My guess would be the cultists that serve the dragon.
Okay.
Do you know why your friend was captured, or
Yeah.
was he?
He was.
What business did he have there?
He was after an artifact that was, I believe, taken from his home.
Well, I can only assume it must be in the pile of Eodron Sag's hoard. One of the many objects she and her followers have stolen from many people on Galatulon.
Do you have a map of the area or something that we can use? That's where we're going if you haven't figured it out yet. We have to rescue our friend.
I've gotten that. Well, if you're in a hurry to rescue a friend,
what the hell are you doing here in the Emerald Mines?
No, I don't. I was going to suggest you go to the school but Gemma, that would also require you to leave your friends.
I'm not about to do that. I would never do that. Maybe. I don't know. Really?
Well, you'd probably want to take the teleportation circle to Voldor then. That's the other option you have there from Skyhaven.
Skyhaven to Voldor.
Yes. One of two teleportation circles from Skyhaven. One leading to the school, one leading to Voldor.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's just along the path. Is Skyhaven on, like I see it to the west of Khel Kuldir, is that just on the path to, like, or do we have to branch off to the main road to where Voldir is?
It's all on top of each other. Skyhaven's at the very top of near the top of the mountains there.
Okay.
You'll have to exit out of town, Khel Kuldir.
Yeah.
Out into, and then make the mountain pass to the top of the mountain. From Skyhaven, you can teleport to Voldor. From there, you can travel to Melkador and then to Career. If that's where your friend is.
He's probably still alive. He'll be fine.
cut to him. It's just like tortured.
And they cut back to us sleeping in big beds, drinking, and
Yeah.
eating our fill of bacon and lamb's legs and stuff.
Now,
Okay.
after we
Find it.
get our friend, can we go back to Voldor and take that teleport to Skyhaven, or is that a one-way teleportation?
Yes, you can take it back to Skyhaven.
Oh, okay. That's handy.
You want to
Yeah, I
come
believe
back?
so.
Well, you need to go to you want to go to school, Gemma, right?
Oh,
wanna
that's
take
in
that from you.
the Atrium, which is
Arcana Atrium. It's
Arcana.
far south from this map.
Well, there's a you go to Voldor, go to Skyhaven, and then Skyhaven to Arcana. Right? There's
Atrium. Yeah.
a little highway of sorts.
Yes.
We'll survive this first, and then we'll see what happens. But you're so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think that might be our way. That'll be the fastest way. It's definitely this teleportation circle will save us some time, all the way to Voldor.
Voldor.
That's what I said.
Voldor.
That's what I said.
And then you mentioned Del Tordir. Maybe you can take a side trip over there.
We'll message him. I have this. And I pull out the ear. I have this, so we'll check on him periodically to see if we have time to make a, you know what I mean, a side quest before it goes gray. Oh, I don't suppose you could find us some horses for free, for being heroes of Khel Kuldir.
I don't.
Like Gemma just swinging the Soul Survivor dick around, trying to.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to get his resources. I don't know.
I don't have that sort of connection. Voldor will have horses and carts and all kinds of things there.
Right.
It'll save you the hassle from having to. I don't know. They don't really do well with mountain travel.
Apparently, you've never ridden a Skyrim horse before.
It goes straight up.
What's that?
Really, really awesome horses.
We've all ridden it to that very edge as far as you can go.
Exact opposite
Until they
of my
fall
Red
off.
Dead Redemption horse. No, thank you for everything, Kalador. Despite everything else.
Appreciate you all being so understanding and at least forgiving. It was just something I needed to acquire for myself, and I had my eyes set on for 10 years.
I was very curious. We were actually talking about this earlier. How did you end up buying the mines from the dwarves? They just let you do it, or did you just have that much money saved up?
Oh, well, as I said, I did acquire quite a lot of wealth being serving underneath the High King. But also was the understanding that I wasn't taking any of the emeralds myself. They would continue operations as such, but I would have the freedom to take any relics, historical relics inside that I happen to find.
Oh my god, the bones. Just like Gemma. It's like, we have these bones. I jump on my Kalador's floor.
Oh my god.
We have these. We don't know what to do. We forgot to give them to Willa. We forgot to like
you know what? I perhaps I may still owe you one here.
Well, they were near mine.
Leave the bones here, and I'll get them taken care of.
Such a management answer.
Satisfactory for you?
He gets Gildak to dump them out back. I don't know, Willa. What do you think?
Yeah, we would appreciate that. Maybe let them know that the sole survivors helped out.
S-O-U-L.
Oh, of course.
S-O-U-L.
Oh, S-O-U-L.
Yes.
This whole time I thought it was S-O.
No, those guys are dicks. No, and they don't. They pick shoes. They don't.
Ah, the shoes. No shoes. Okay. Maybe I can remind you as well. I think you had mentioned a while back. There was that old woman who needed help. And in the crypt.
Yes. Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
You have one unmarked side quest.
Oh, right.
The thing was collapsed. We didn't see it. Like
I didn't want to help her out.
If you wanted to complete that last side quest.
What was it? Her husband, her deceased husband or something?
Her deceased husband, she went to go visit him, and this is out of Kalador's. This is me now. Deceased husband was, she went to go visit him and found that part of the crypt wall had collapsed, and she heard noises beyond that and was scared. And
Khel Kuldir for a few more days. We were trying to get out of here.
To you. I mean, you can leave.
Sorry, Sam. No, we're gonna do good. We're gonna kung fu this shit.
Well, we could at least maybe take a look, y'all. And
no, I agree. Should do. I mean, they're not gonna do anything, right? Am I right? Soul survivors are gonna come here and fix everything.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she has much of anyone else to lean on for some reason.
The Hall of Ancestors.
Might be a little spooky down there, but
sure it is. I mean, but after what we went through, I mean, you know, how bad can it be?
Yeah. You can fight a Draugr if we could stand up to a dragon.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any books you want to give up, really? Do you? Just the road is long, you know, and I'm getting into this reading thing now. There's so many more books, interesting books that
you know what
get in the Empire. You can take it off.
I have this one. If you're going to be encountering numerous dragons, you ever heard of the Draconomicon?
Oh, we have one. We have one. Damn. I think that we forgot, and that somebody DM told us that we had one a while ago.
Well, that might be useful for you then.
Okay, I'll read that. Yeah,
I'll keep my own copy.
You don't have anything else you want, like a Hardy Boys or something?
I think I've given you enough.
Okay, all right.
Got any change on you? Can we bum a smoke?
Oh, and you hear there's a bell. I think that's Gildak, and he comes out and. He comes out, and you can see that even though he has this grumpy appearance, he's made you these really nice little cardboard little boxes, and they're tied with a ribbon, and each one has one of the cookies in it. And he hands them one to each of you. His ginger snap cookies.
Give him the hug. I give him a kiss. I give him a little kiss on the cheek too.
Don't do that.
Really embarrassing. Thanks, Gildak.
These are so lovely. I hope Kalador knows how much effort you put in. Make sure you get a extra tip or raise from him sometime soon. She winks.
Oh, he gets.
He's a slave.
He gets
No, he's my good dear friend. Gildek goes, I've been underneath his wing ever since he rescued me from the Underdark.
Good.
Oh, so you owe him.
Yeah, he decided to work for me once I rescued him, but yeah, we're on good terms. Anyway.
Well, these cookies are delicious. They're definitely made with love. I know. My grandma used to make them that way.
From my black heart.
Love. Still love.
Still love. Still love.
Delicious.
And I guess with that, we're going to go ahead and end our session for tonight. Pick up last remaining things here next time, and maybe head off to Skyhaven. So
no,
thanks everyone.
I gotta go to the Hall of Ancestors now.
Yeah,
this whole other
Hall
stuff.
Ancestors. Then we'll figure out what's going on for that. But yeah, join us right now on our Discord for after show discussions, and we'll be back to play in 2 weeks on October 30th for our Halloween episode, our annual Halloween episode. Yeah, thanks for watching and listening, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.